Hey guys, Aaron Dade here, and I'm talking about the woman's love formula today. So, we did go over the man's love formula and how a man is able to feel love. And if you wrote down that formula, that will be very, very helpful for you. Women that are dealing with men in your marriage that you feel like the love is not reciprocated or you're not being able to constantly cycle or gain value in your relationship. So you have to start with, for the man's love formula, it's a woman showing confidence in her identity. That equals trust in her identity, and then a man will respect that trust and respect that confidence in her identity, and that will equal love. So the relationship will have great value, and then it will increase in value over time. And it's just a wonderful feeling when a woman understands how her man feels love or creates value in their relationship on a consistent basis. It's not just something that you feel on and off. It's you're able to make a decision to show love because the decision was made on how to generate that love. So now we move on to the woman's love formula because women also feel love, or love is generated by how a man behaves. And a woman's love formula begins with reassurance. And to me, that highlights basically every powerful woman or every powerful story about a woman in the word, whether it be Ruth, whether it be Hannah, whether it be Elizabeth talking to Mary, whether it be even Bathsheba, and how the Lord reassures women of their identity, in Him. And that reassurance is where a woman begins in feeling love. She needs to know that her man knows who she is and is willing to reassure her of who she is. Whenever my wife goes on camera and she does videos, or when she's on a Zoom video, or she's working in the I Am His Beloved community, or whether she's working with the kids, for instance, a great example is homeschooling. My wife had never really homeschooled the way that we're doing right now. And her mother and her sister are both teachers. And so this was an emotional landmine to discuss homeschooling because, they want, and I also was a big proponent of them going to school. However, my wife said that God had told her to homeschool them. And so instead of creating an insecurity or preying on an insecurity of my wife's, I reassured her identity in her relationship with God. If that's what God told you to homeschool our kids, I'm behind you. I support what you're trying to do. In fact, I support it so much, I will help you do something that even I may not 100% agree with. I went to public schools. I also, I have a master's as well in business administration, and I believed firmly that you were supposed to go to school. I've sat in classrooms and stuff like that before. However, I was very familiar with being able to reassure my wife's identity is how it was going to create more love and generate love for her in our relationship, to make sure that it held value. So that reassurance then equals safety or protection. She feels extremely safe in knowing that I am reassuring her identity in Christ. Okay, so then I recognize the God inside of her, or that relationship that she has with God, is very special, and I reassure her, accepting that she is the daughter of the King, and reassuring that turns into safety. It makes her feel safe and comfortable in that identity. And that we may not agree all the time, or we may think one thing or the other. However, I reassure that she has a strong relationship with God, and what she's hearing from God what she's hearing or may not be hearing, or whatever is going on with her, that he can guide her through it. And that I have confidence in her relationship with God. So I reassure the things that she may be going through. And that equals safety. So when a woman feels safe, it feels cherished. So that equals feeling cherished. That feeling safe from me reassuring her and her identity, then she feels safe, then she feels cherished. So what does it mean to feel cherished? What it means to feel cherished is that you are protected, you are loved, you are accepted, you are you're showing that woman that then your relationship is going to have a great value to it because you believe in her identity in Christ. So you have to continuously reassure them in situations like the homeschooling situation for me. Also, if my wife is going through any struggle she's ever going through, I'm more than willing to be emotionally available to reassure her in that identity. When she first started Wondrous Woman or the I'm His Beloved community, or when she first started doing mentoring sessions, I was the first one behind her saying, you can do this. Your relationship with God is unique and special, and you should be able to teach other women how to do this to propel them forward. I immediately reassured her identity, because if I don't, God convicts me of that. That is my daughter, and you need to make sure that she knows I care by your actions. So reassurance of that identity equals safety is going to then equal feeling cherished. A woman needs to feel cherished, and that equals love. So it's constantly generating love in your relationship. You know, if a man is reassuring that woman's identity, she's going to feel safe, then she feels cherished, then there is no reason to control. There is no reason to not submit to your husband because he's submitting to God. And so this is the way that I look at how I generate love with my wife and our relationship and our restored marriage. And I have plenty of fruit to be able to even say that. I can see it all the time, and that even when she's not feeling all the way on good footing, I'm able to say, you know what? You've got this. You can do this. I truly believe in your relationship with God. So this is Aaron Dade here with Kingdom Blueprint, and this is the woman's love formula. If you combine the two of those, the man's love formula and the woman's love formula, that relationship will have great, great value. And over time, not just in the short term, it will develop and blossom to great value. And again, this is Aaron Dade. Have a wonderful day. God bless.